vendor neutral, and we have multiple different courses for people to take. So a little bit of history if you're thinking, well, who is the Cloud Credential Council? Well, in 2010, I was involved with that project actually. ING wanted to consolidate data centers from, let's say, 16 to 3. They want to adopt cloud, and they realized that training was definitely needed to get people there. But no vendor-neutral program was really available and fit. So what has happened is that that the CCC was created by, let's say, a lot of organizations, and ITpreneurs was also involved to provide expertise. So basically, cloud experts came together that worked for VMware, Cisco, IBM, and HP, and they all contributed to, let's say, the development of a syllabus, what became the Cloud Technology Associate, and that's the program we now offer, and that's kind of an introductory program for people to take. So out of that, again, the CCC Associate Cloud Technology Certificate, and that's a combination of the CompTIA Cloud Essentials course as well as the Virtualization Essentials course offered by the CCC. So if you get both certificates, then you get the CCC Associate title. So that was created about 2011 when we launched that. And that's something we've gotten a lot of feedback on, and a lot of people are happy. And what we see is that different people take that course. For example, there's account managers at technology companies that take it, but there's also finance managers, for example, that take a CompTIA Cloud Essentials class. And yeah, it's very interesting to see that that's a very diverse group of people taking that introductory training. But now we said, well, we would also like to see if we can tailor more professional training. And the CCC looked at that and worked together with various organizations, as you can see here on the slide, to get new syllabi developed for a professional level course. So right now we have, we ITpreneurs is building courseware for some of them, while some of the syllabi, all the syllabi are available, but we are not able to develop syllabi or courseware materials for all of them at the same time. So right now we have available Solution Architect and Service Manager. And I'm very happy with the syllabi that the CCC provided, so we can now also start to offer professional training. So that's kind of like the history of where the CCC came from, and yeah, I think they're doing a lot of good work. I kind of touched on the mission a little bit as well. So what the CCC tries to do, and have a look at cloudcredential.org, but they basically provide say syllabi and tools for organizations and professionals to certify themselves and provide organizational guidance and some tools and certification and training. And for example, at Cloud Expo Asia, there's a training happening in November. So yeah, they try to basically educate the market for cloud adoption. I'll take a little break here and see if there's any questions yet.
Yes, there are a couple of questions.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Sri Lagna.
No. I was just saying
we
that
can pause it for a couple. Yep.
Right. I'm just sending you a couple of more questions. You can take them up.
Okay. Which is the best cloud you prefer, private or public, and which is more secure comparatively? That's an interesting question. I think in 2010, when we started, let's say, building some course materials for this, we were somewhat hesitant with the security. We said, well, let's say if you work in a government organization or let's say the military, then maybe cloud is not very much appropriate because it's not as secure as building it yourself. However, in the last 2 years, 3 years, almost 3 years I should say, the security I think has improved significantly. Also the United States government, they said basically cloud first, so they are even using cloud computing, and for example I believe a contract was provided for, let's say, the intelligence security, and so yes, I think it really depends what you want and what you want to do, but security I don't think it no longer is an issue. What is better, so it really depends on also, say, costing. What costs more money, what is better, and yeah, what are your priorities? So it's very difficult to say whether you want to go private or public. I think public is a lot easier if you don't have to build anything yourself, if you just use, let's say, a software as a service tool as opposed to building it yourself. So that could be, so I would say public, as opposed to private, because it's usually more difficult to do it in-house. But again, it really depends. Then Nikhil, I hope I pronounced your name right. Are there any certifications for free or any scholarships available? Because as a student, it's difficult to pay the high fees. I can definitely understand that. I know that, for example, Rackspace, if you go to Rackspace, to Rackspace Cloud U, they actually have a free course available. It's pretty good for if you just want to get an understanding of cloud computing. So then if you're looking at free, then I would recommend the Cloud U from Rackspace. I will do one more question and then I'll move on. So which trainer provides CCC training courses in India? The answer to that question is if you go to cloudcredential.org, there's a public course calendar, and you can see which organizations are currently offering that. Or you can just send them an email and say, hey, where are your trainers located, or organizations that provide training, because not all organizations publish the training dates on the calendar, but I know for a fact that we have provided training in India, so it's definitely there. We'll move on for now, and I'll come back to the questions just in a little bit.
Yes, we have.
Because I don't have that many slides more left, I think. Yeah.
Right. A lot of questions are pouring in,
Go ahead.
so you can. A lot of questions are pouring in, so you can take them probably in about 10 minutes.
Okay. And I'll do my best to answer all of them then. I hope we won't run out of time.
I'm sure.
But so just a couple slides left, and then we'll get to the questions and answer section. So we're about 35 minutes in. I think about 10 minutes more, and then we'll end the slide deck. So personally, I think that for basically to excel in the cloud domain, cloud market, it's important to have, let's say, the combination of vendor neutral cloud understanding, and whether you get that through reading or doing multiple courses at multiple, let's say, providers, or however you want to do it. But make sure that you not only basically become an expert on, let's say, one technology provider, but also try to understand multiple ones. And the easiest way, obviously, and that's something that we would promote because we're a training provider, is to provide vendor-neutral cloud training and do some best practice technology training. And those combined, I think, are very powerful, because then you can assess whether technology provider A is better than provider B in a certain situation, or perhaps provider C has a different solution that in your situation is better. So it really all depends on what you want and what you need. And I think having, let's say, a vendor-neutral background to assess all of the vendors is something that's important. So a typical roadmap, and this is just an example. Perhaps you could start with CompTIA Cloud Essentials, say, yeah, I'm going to take that training. After that, I take a CCC Virtualization Essentials course. Then if I have an understanding of cloud, then I'm going to specialize in, for example, a technology provider, whether that's Microsoft or VMware or EMC. It really doesn't matter. It really depends on what you need to be successful. And after I've perhaps specialized on some vendors, I take a Service Manager course again with the CCC to supplement the vendor-neutral perspective and put into your bucket of skills. So that's just an example. There's many more, and also if you go to our website itpreneurs.com, on the bottom you can actually find various roadmaps for training. So whether you're an IT architect, which courses are available to you, and even non-cloud courses could be relevant depending on your role. Again, I kind of touched on these already. So what we currently offer, let's see, with the CCC